Brody.
Good morning, fellow Toastmasters and guests.
Good morning.
Raise your hand if you've ever struggled with your self-esteem. Raise your hand if you joined Toastmasters to improve your self-esteem. The reason I bring up that is not only because it's the word of the day, and Chantel perhaps may beat you. It's going to be a difficult one. But I read a book recently, and it changed how I view self-esteem completely. And there's 30 principles in this book. 30 is a lot, so I don't have time to cover every single one. But when you apply these 7 principles that I'm going to share, I believe it could change your self-esteem like it did for myself. In high school, I wasn't the popular guy. I was a chubby, 190 pounds. I don't want to say low life because that's not really honorable to me and who I was at that time, but I was not on the right pathway. God went down the pathway of addiction, went down the pathway of selfishness, honestly, because I couldn't get outside of my body and I couldn't get out of myself. Now, this book that I'm going to share with you, How to Win Friends and Influence People, dramatically changed how I view things and how I view the world and how I view my own life circumstances. And when you look at the title, it's kind of corny. How to Win Friends, it sounds manipulative, but actually when you dive deeper than the book cover, you'll realize that it's so much more than just manipulation. So the first principle is don't criticize, don't condemn, and don't complain. Now, who's guilty of that one? Raise your hand. We're all guilty of it every single day. So the goal and the objective is not perfection here. It's applying this to the best of your abilities on that certain day. So principle number 2 is, excuse me, let me access this in my brain circuitry. It means be genuinely appreciate others. Genuinely appreciate others. So nothing false, because a lot of times we think that appreciating others is saying, oh, you got some nice sneakers, when we actually think the sneakers suck. Like my white sneakers right here. They're dirty. No, it means genuinely appreciating others. 3, you can think of it as invoking or creating a desire within the other person. And this is probably one of the most important principles, because you have to get out of your shoes and start to realize, what is that person thinking instead of what am I thinking? Because only then can you actually help that person. So it is a skill, getting outside of your own body and thinking about what other people want instead of what you want. Self-esteem. Now, number 4 is become genuinely interested in others. Once again, we're talking genuine authenticity. Don't be fake about that. Actually build that skill of being interested in what's going on in the other person's mind. Number 5 is quite simple. Smile, which brings a neurochemical. It boosts dopamine levels and serotonin, whether you believe the smile is real or not. So you're actually changing your brain chemistry. Such an important concept. Number 6 is the other person's name is the sweetest principle to that person. It's very important to use someone's name. You don't have to be like John. Nice to meet you, John. It's not about overdoing it. It's about using their name in a polite and friendly way. And now last but not least, and if I had a big ear right now, it would be like, imagine a big ear right here. It would be like that because God gave us 2 years for a reason. The irony of me speaking about that is funny, but we should become a good listener. In sales conversations, let the other person do the great deal of the talking. And believe me, it's going to change your life. And when you use your words, make sure to use them appropriately. Now, coming from someone who struggled mightily with self-esteem, and honestly, to this day, I still struggle with my self-esteem, and that's okay because I realize that you're building a foundation here, and thank goodness gracious for Toastmasters because it helped me build my self-esteem alongside reading books and positive influences.